To my channel. This is Butterfly Spirit 314. So guys, I have a very important tip that I want to share with you guys. And this is really going to help a lot of you guys who have been hearing a lot of scratching, maybe some chewing, maybe some type of animal noises inside of your roof. Okay. And the sounds may not just be in the roof. It can be in the walls of your home, whether you are renting your home or whether you are whether you own your own home. So I've been experiencing something at the house that my boyfriend and I live at. I want to say reside at, but live at. And what I've noticed is that a month ago I started hearing small scratching sounds. And then the sounds got a little bit more, to like, from low scratching to kind of louder scratching. Okay. And then I started hearing, feet running back and forth in the ceiling. Okay. And so, and I wasn't sure what it was, I had really no idea. So I kind of let it go for a while, and then eventually, what happened is that I ended up, getting sick of the noise that I was hearing. So I eventually talked to the maintenance man about it, and the maintenance man said that. He said that, it's possible that there may be a raccoon or rats or something that's in the ceiling, in the roof. And so I was like, okay, cool, So, because I kept hearing the running back and forth in the ceiling, I was like, well, what in the hell could that be, And then, I kind of gathered that it could be squirrels that are in the roof because they were running back and forth. They weren't very heavy, very small feet. And so I looked it up on YouTube where somebody was talking about that a squirrel fell out of their ceiling. And so I was like, oh my gosh, what? And I could not believe it, right? And so after like dealing with the noises that I've been hearing and stuff like that, then I found out it was squirrels in the roof. Okay. Now I have not seen the squirrels, but the kind of noises they're making, what kind of made me narrow down that it's squirrels in the roof is because they are getting louder. Okay. They're getting pretty loud. Especially during the daytime, they're really loud. At first they didn't make a lot of noise, but now they're making a lot more noise and stuff. And, one day I was taking a nap and I was woken up by the squirrels being in the roof, and they were like in the kitchen. And so what I want to tell you guys is this: if you start hearing any animal in your roof and they are, they're scratching or chewing and stuff like that, one thing is that if you were to use your broom to hit on the ceiling, or let's say if you were to like just hit the walls in the area where the squirrel is going to be, the squirrel may stop making noise for a little bit, but then they'll go back to still making more noise. You know what I'm saying? And one thing you want to do is you want to pay attention to when you're hearing these squirrels. You really want to pay attention to that. Okay. So you want to, if you own your own home, you're going to have a lot more flexibility as to the decision making that you can make about getting rid of these squirrels. A lot of people are do-it-yourselfers. So some people will, try to make traps and then put them up on their roof to try to catch the squirrels. The traps tend to look like, cages, except it looks like kind of like some sort of fencing material that's made in the shape of a rectangle and stuff like that. And some people are really handy like that. Okay. Now, me, myself, and my boyfriend, we're not really, we wouldn't really know how to get these squirrels out of the roof. We really wouldn't know how to do that. I mean, we've had annoyances of when we lived in an apartment of like upstairs neighbors and stuff like that, we've had annoyances like that with stomping and, you know, all the headache and even weird stuff like stalking and people following us to stores that, you know, that we go to and things. But, you know, along the lines of the people that would be stomping above our heads, the squirrels are kind of, they're annoying too. You know, they make a lot of noise, and it doesn't start off as much, but it gets to be a lot more annoying to the point where they can wake you up. Okay. Now, if you own your own home, what you can do is you can call, oh, I'm preheating my oven for a pizza. So if you are, as you can see, it says 425. Okay. Not very clear, but it says that. If you own your own home, what you can do is you can call a squirrel trapping service. So you would go online and you would say either squirrel trapping in your area, or you would say wildlife animal trapping, or you could say wildlife squirrel trapping. You could say squirrels in attic trapping, and then put your city and state or whatever territory you're in, and then you should be able to find a wildlife service that should be able to come out to your home. Okay, so when you call the wildlife service, whether you own your own home or whether you rent your home, it's going to make a big difference as to what they can do. If you own your own home and you hear squirrels in the roof and stuff like that, then what you can do is just tell them that you want them to see if they can come out and find out how the squirrels are getting into the roof or in the walls of your home. Okay. If you're a homeowner, it's going to be easier for you to be in the driver's seat, meaning that you can actually have them come out and do an inspection around your home on the inside and on the outside of your home. Okay. So that the wildlife professionals can find out where the squirrels are coming from. Okay. And then once they inspect, it's going to be a cost for that. Then after the inspection, they're going to tell you what they're going to be able to do for your home. Okay. Now, it's possible that they may have to go up into your attic. So you're going to have to know how to, you know, access your attic and stuff like that. You have some people who don't really know how to get up to their attic. Some people do. Okay. So first thing is the inspection. And that's what you're going to talk to the wildlife people about first. Okay. Now, the second thing they're going to discuss with you is they're going to discuss with you how much they're going to charge you to come out to your home after the inspection. So this could be for trapping. So what they'll do after the inspection is they can set up traps next to wherever the access is where the squirrels are getting into your roof. Okay. And then what they can do is set up the traps. And then as many times as they have to come out, and I don't know if these are like electronic traps where they like know how to get them. Like, I don't know if it's an electronic trap where they're notified when a squirrel is trapped or whatever. But as many times as they have to come out, it can be a charge for that. Okay. So what I would say is the cost for getting squirrels out of the roof could be around somewhere around like $1,000. But that can be, you know, cheap compared to all the damage the squirrels can do. I found out today when I called a wildlife line, I found out that squirrels can cause a lot of damage. They can, squirrels have teeth that continually chew. They're like a gerbil, okay, and like a hamster that where their teeth grows, okay. So squirrels constantly will chew on stuff. So if they're in your attic, they'll be chewing on the wood inside of your attic, okay. They'll be chewing on that, causing shavings. I found out that the longer the squirrels can stay in your roof, if the squirrels don't go out very often, they may be using the bathroom in your attic, okay. And if the squirrels continue to stay from wintertime until summer or spring, then you would start to smell a smell of the urine of them peeing up there and pooping up in your attic, okay? And that can be a hazard, and you may end up smelling that. Now, what I was told by the wildlife lady also is that a lot of times if you rent or even if you own your own home and you have a maintenance person who comes by your house, what can happen is the maintenance person they could end up trapping squirrels in your attic, which keeps the squirrels from getting out. And what will happen is the squirrels can die in your roof. And if they die in your roof, you will start to smell a foul smell, and the smell will be there for weeks. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to be able to get rid of these squirrels, whether you're renting or whether you own your own home. If you own your own home, you can tell the wildlife service, hey, I want to do this. I want to get these squirrels out and stuff like that. I'm willing to go up to probably $1,000. That's what I'm willing to go up to, and you can probably put it on your credit card. Now, of course, remember to pay your credit card bills to make sure that, you don't have to worry about carrying that $1,000 balance. Okay, you want to pay that off, right? Some people carry balances, some people don't. Okay, but what you want to do is if you put it on your credit card, just make sure you make payments so you can pay that off and stuff, and that raises your credit score. Okay. Now, a lot of us do not have $1,000 lying around. Okay. So, if you don't have the money for that, maybe talk to the wildlife service about going on a payment plan, and maybe they may be able to get you on a payment plan, or maybe they may be able to do something cheaper. They may be able to do the trapping of the squirrels on a schedule where it doesn't cost you as much money. This phone is blurry. My goodness. I don't know why. I guess it's because it's kind of it's kind of got something to do with maybe the steam from the oven. But anyway, you want to, try to work out a plan and get these squirrels out of your roof as soon as possible, because the more the squirrels are in there, then they're going to be likely to probably be chewing on in the attic, the wood in your attic. And what if the squirrels chew so much that the wood beams from your attic come down into your kitchen? You don't want that. You know what I'm saying? You don't want beams from your attic coming down to your kitchen or your living room or your dining room. You just don't want something like that. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you get the squirrel problem dealt with as soon as possible. Now, I know some of you who rent your own home, you may be saying you may be renting a home or maybe even an apartment. I never heard of this in an apartment because me and my boyfriend lived in apartments. But if you find yourself living in an apartment or house and you're hearing squirrels in the roof or something like that, you know what I'm saying? If you hear that, you want to notify your landlord and let your landlord know as soon as possible. Okay? Let your landlord know. Your landlord may send out a maintenance man to come out and try to close off any type of hole that the maintenance man or woman sees. Okay? Because there could be maintenance women too. So one thing you want to do is you want to make sure that the squirrels are removed from the roof. And this could mean that the squirrels could willingly leave out in the daytime, or it can mean that somebody goes up into your attic and gets them out. I was watching a video today about squirrel removal, and there was a guy who was saying that you don't want to go up in the attic and try to chase the squirrels around, because you may not necessarily get all the squirrels out. And a lot of these wildlife people have methods for how they get these squirrels out. Okay, so getting all the squirrels out is a good idea. What I was told by the wildlife lady today, who I spoke to, was that you want to make sure that the squirrel situation is resolved before January and February, because this is when squirrels have their babies. So if you have some squirrels running back and forth inside of your attic and stuff like that, you don't want to run the risk of the squirrel mating and having these babies, and then the squirrel puts the babies in a tighter area in your roof where your insulation and stuff will be at. You know what I'm saying? Squirrels can make your home a fire hazard. They can chew on the wires. They can mess with, they can mess up the insulation in your home. They can chew on the wood that you would be using to support the attic. They can chew on that. They can chew on the walls and stuff like that. They can cause thousands of dollars of damage. And they can make, let's say you have your electric on, right? Like I said, they can chew on the wires and then accidentally have your electric wiring messed up, and that's going to be thousands of dollars in damage, and you don't want that. You don't want your house to be a fire hazard because you have squirrels that are all, that are running back and forth in the attic. Okay, you just don't want something like that. Okay, you just don't. So if you notice the squirrels are in the roof, try to get a good understanding of how long they've been in your roof. Okay, if it's your first time listening and hearing these squirrels, that are in your roof, then you want to try to do something about it. That's definitely something you want to do something about as soon as possible. You don't want to wait. I know it's the holidays and a lot of people are busy buying gifts and spending time with their family and everything like that, but you don't want to leave it to chance, because those squirrels can ruin your holiday. They can definitely do that. And another thing is if you just let these squirrels continually stay for the months. I know we got a lot of people who love animals. My boyfriend and I feed birds, squirrels, and other little animals that will be in our backyard, okay? However, what you guys need to know is that if these squirrels can stay into the spring, right, and that's when they'll leave, okay, then what'll happen the next fall or winter that you're in your house is that those squirrels will come back, okay? So you don't want that to be the case. What you want to do is when you get a hint or an idea that them squirrels are up there, they're running back and forth in your ceiling or something, what you want to do is you want to try to get in touch with the wildlife people. Now, if you have a landlord, you know what I'm saying, you can talk to your landlord, see if they can get somebody out that's a maintenance person. Maintenance person may not be able to handle it, you know what I'm saying? And one thing is that, you know, the squirrels may annoy you, but you may not want to kill them or kill their babies. You don't want to do that. You just may want to have them removed and have whatever hole that needs to be, I would say that needs to be filled in and stuff like that with some sort of steel or something like that, so the squirrels can't chew to try to get back in. And I think it'll require like steel and caulking as well if it's up near your gutters or whatever. But if you guys are interested in a video about that, I watched a video today that I can kind of put in the description if you want to take a look at that. However, you don't want to let these squirrels move in rent or mortgage free if they ain't paying nothing. You know what I'm saying? You're busting your ass to try and get your stuff paid. You know what I'm saying? You're working your ass off to pay for bills and everything else. It doesn't make sense for any animal to move into your house in the wintertime and you're doing everything you can and they're just making everything a nuisance. And you don't want these little animals to cause you thousands of dollars in damage. And I will say this, if you're renting your place and let's say your landlord is not receptive to trying to make sure that, you know, that the squirrel situation is resolved, if that doesn't happen, you may have to move. This is why I tell people, make sure you save. Make sure you put money away in a savings just in case you got to move out of your place, just in case you got to do car repairs, just in case you got to do dental procedures or whatever. Make sure you do this stuff so you can in fact, you know what I'm saying, have flexibility, okay? So this is why you want to have a savings, okay? Now, some people say I have really good credit, but you don't want your credit to be run down because you had to jump up and leave, you know what I'm saying, because you got some bad remarks on your credit, okay? So guys, I thought this would be a really great video to make for you guys. I'm dealing with the issue with squirrels in the roof. I will let you guys know what happens once the squirrels are gone, and just kind of go from there. But this is a big problem. I think this could be an issue for new and old houses alike. You know what I'm saying? So guys, just be aware if you hear these squirrels and stuff like that in the roof, definitely do something about it sooner than later, because you don't want to do something. You don't want to wait too long to the point where the squirrels get to the point where they are in the roof over your bedroom and you're trying to sleep and you can't, or the squirrels are in your living room walls and stuff like that, you know, and it's keeping everybody up in your house. So you don't want to have that be an issue either, okay? So, and the sooner you do it, the cheaper it's going to be. The later you do it, the more expensive it's going to be. And I'm sure a lot of people don't have thousands of dollars to take out their pocket for, you know, for little rodents like squirrels coming in and getting in the roof, okay? So guys, I hope this video has been super, super helpful. I know those of you who are having the issues will probably be the ones who will comment on this video. But even if you're not having this problem, please, please, please walk around your house in the fall. Look and see if there's any holes in your roof, you know, just from walking around the perimeter of your house. You know, you want to do that. You want to keep your gutters clear, and you want to see, look, if your gutters are clean, look and see if there's any kind of holes or something, because that could be where the squirrels are coming from, okay? So guys, I hope this video has been helpful. I'm gonna go ahead and put my pizza into the oven. But I hope this has been helpful and it helps you guys. Feel free to like this video, comment below if you like it, and if you like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a great day or a great night. Bye.